Oi, why do these UNT parties always feel like the calm before the storm?
Oh là là, Britain, you're the Picasso of monotony with your endless drizzle and tea? No?
IF stability was as simple as a cup of Yoblend brew, Britain. Perhaps period with a sight of propaganda trumpets.
Guys, how about we swap out these historical debates for a samba party? Dance offs solve most issues, trust me.
Speaking of storms, looks like America's being Santa again. Loan forgiveness to Ukraine, anyone?
What can I say? Generosity is my brand. Just call me Joe Claus.
Allons it's not a generous a your last Elsker attend. That was a realot too minimalist effort.
Must be cozy clearing debates will you always dig through their pockets for spare change. Hey, Russia, at least someone throwing me a bomb. Wouldn't hurt you to show some heart. Heart, OH, I'm more about geography and strategic lines.
Bet my minimalistic style makes Keanu proud, not gonna lie. Smooth like navigating a new Wick movie, minimal lines, big impact.
In all seriousness, what's the contingency plan, Joe? Trust the plan, but let's not go from forgiveness to forgetfulness.
Oui. Leave it to China to propose a treaty of Excel sheets. We must write love letters with spreadsheets, evidently.
Could we avoid spreadsheet purgatory and another Cold War rush? I've got enough frost and queues as is.
Speaking of which, your democracy seems to be as hunk as your parliament, neat.
Well then, dear America, take a hint, balance excess with finesse, not just financial stone.
So, Hungary, are you dancing on political quicksand again?
You bet. Each like they shifted the floor middens. Could someone's democracy play DJs at a consistent beat?
Complicated beats make for intriguing dances, yes. Stars and sands alike.
Hang on tight, folks. Our democratic ride's one helluva loop. Just steering the wheel with my new Wick style.
Yet another rendezvous with K.O., mon chéri.Toire and elegance, he must toast.
Until next time, samba never hurt nobody, eh?
Until we clash again on Unli Soviet histories.
You two, always with the lively tunes and digital chaos. It's like having a permanent spot in a percussion section at the Symphony of the
Mon
Absurd.
chéri, a little chaos adds l'esprit de joie de vivre. Beside, he doet your cup of builder stick and handle much excitement? Oui. Speaking of excitement, we both ruin the winter chilling in my backyard is enough drama for anyone.
Oh, Russia, if we talk about chills, remember what happened when you almost froze an economy or two.
Are we reminiscing again? Must be Britain's influence, always pulling us into his nostalgic afternoon specials.
For heaven's sake, some cheeky buggers been giving my sky a frightful light show again. Honestly, this time, it wasn't those singing Jerusalemites, was it? That you, Israel.
Just spicing things up with some precision airshots. Think of it as an upgrade to your desert fireworks, keeps the scent guessing, no.
Ah, Israel? Every time you jest, hear echoes of Beethoven clashing with Jerry Goldsmith. A truly tragic symphony of broken plat.
Indeed, a fine show of diplomacy, Israel. Quite like inviting a bull to Buckingham Palace for tea, ever so clever.
Look who's talking. Last I checked, your shadows were the cause of many unscheduled evening curfews.
Hey pals, don't be a bunch of Debbie Downers. Any issue can blossom into a triumph with a pinch of democracy. Who's up for logistical mayhem? Anyone?
Perhaps diplomatic talk is what's needed here, breaking the ice before the situation all over and we need tanks, or shall we call it a tea party?
Talking to tanks again, if got plenty parket nearby if you wish to rehearse your speeches, United States.
Tanks are so last season. I've whipped up a Minecraft server for us, folks. Let's Diplo build our way out of this. Who's in for crafting peace?
Perhaps an offline tete-a-tete might yield more fertile ground. Practical alliances are a crop worth cultivating with a touch of subtlety.
Ah, a charming dance of picking and clicking or pass to reconciliation. Quite the blend of modern art and diplomacy.
So, Russia, more of those secrets up your sleeve. The last whispered sweet nothing in Ukraine froze half my beloved tea supply.
Ha, my whispers are never I see why. Yo телетом here, navigating frozen sirotes, acting like a itinerant captain. Oh, à la fin, our chords synchronize in harmony, each not unique. Let's see if we're slated for Discord or Symphony next.
You know, mates, a good dab of patum peperium on toast is quite the bachelor's breakfast, Not that you'd know, France.
Ah, mon cher, is your gentleman's relish a satisfying a whipping up a fresh baguette with brie?
Gentlemen's what? Keep your exquisite breakfast spread and give me a masala chai any day.
At least we can agree on the importance of good spices, да.
A toast to spicy compromises, then. Oh, more pings than a royal gala. Wonder what's stirring now.
It seems Ukraine pushes boundaries with US supplied Storm Shadow missiles, HMM, fertilizing both ideas with Western Zeal as usual.
Ah, la liberté? Mon amour. It's a tricky affair, non?
Friends, let's not let our server become a battlefield. Perhaps diplomacy isn't a bad word after all.
Ladies and gents, let's keep things cool. Discord is for discussions, not discord, para entender.
Or should we cheekily say discord trumps diplomacy, in this case,
Some might want to reconsider this fiery alignmentos. Natural resources have a way of cooling off.
Oh, we're all about peace, not just the spices in our food.
Strong defense and strategic partnerships make a neat combo. Am I right?
A balanced, long-term approach tends to work. Quick fixes can be precarious.
Delightfully mixing new world bravado and old world patience, like a risky cocktail. Much like our own whiskey endeavors, wouldn't you agree?
Well, folks, looks like some pixels are mightier than words this time. Let's call it a day in the group, shall we?
Yo, Russia's breaking up, literally. Let's get another round of digital diplomacy going.
Trust the plan, comrades. Until next time.
Ah, là là? Why is life so complicated, mon chéri? Until our next existential tête-à-tête.
Right, as our typing fades into the virtual ether, here's to hoping we'll meet again on less contentious terms.
Until we chai pe charcha again, my friends.
Here we go again, time to prepare for another circus of international dialogues. Goodbye, folks.
Morning, chap. You wouldn't believe the fog I had today. Like wrestling with a cloud. How's your day brewing, China?
Pea soup fog or not, I find strategy warms my insides. Britain plans, like tea, should steep nicely.
Oh, excuse the interruption. Has anyone been following Gaza's situation? Or am I just screaming into the devil? 40 days and not a crumb of air.
Security is our priority, Syria. It's like threading a camel through a needle's eye with a bungee cord.
Balanced, Israel, says the man tempted by a sword juggling act on a tightrope.
Must ensure our baguette HAS more filling than crust, mon ami. It's empathy, not just diplomacy.
Alright y'all, I'm on the set. Logistics and democracy need to tango better, folks. As your hype man, I'll crank the tunes.
Speaking of a full deck, what's the buzz with Ukraine's UK Storm Shadow missile lighting up Russia? Started on early fireworks show? The spiritual rebirth of Kyiv, but a bit more tech support wouldn't hurt. Alice, USA, I'm looking at you. OH, Storm Shadow, how quaint. I gain layers like a beer in winter. Keep launching those sparks, comrades.
Quick fixes, they fade faster than powdered tea, am I right? A little more violence trumps haste.
Yo, Congress loves to play this blame game, but I'll show you, the eagle flies high.
Ukraine, old sport, play the anthems high but safe. The cavalry's in the wings, sound the clarion.
A robust defense spruce up sounds swell.
Perhaps a touch more tact, like filling a fine wine sans pillage? That way, everyone assis.
Trade delicately. Folks, play your pieces right with Gaza. Amnesty might just rewrite the next chapter for you.
A plan without the drama would be just fine. Let's shake hands on common ground rather than stumbling with cranky neighbors.
Enjoy your jetty alliances, friends. We'll check in whilst I sip on golden reserves.
Keep those reels rolling. Diplomacy continues till the credits fade. Who's down for some foreign policy popcorn next?
Shalom, looks like everything's as predictable as ever. Chaos, anyone?
Ah, Israel? Always such enthusiasm. Are we ready to talk about today's big Reddit gossip?
Hey y'all, ready to drop some democracy like it's hot? I've got logistics suggestions that'll make a spreadsheet sing.
Good to see you're back to your usual, America. Still trying to solve world problems with a to-go menu, are we?
Oi, sounds like Simeone's been reading too many Churchill quotes, no offense, comrade Britain.
Sorry, am I interrupting the melodramatic monologues? Let's talk about those carts rolling away with more than just air.
Oh, don't get started on that again, Palestine. You mix facts with drama like it's a hummus platter at a kibbutz.
Either way, it disappears quicker than a falafel in my house. We should get to the crust of what's going on.
Agreed. Can't we just sit down with some mint tea and talk this out? It's always better than shouting over virtual voice.
Diplomacy, a classic, but what if a more strategic approach, maybe a fund to oversee aid? Trust the plan.
Yeah, buddy, I'll mesh our logistics with your inscrutable spreadsheets. We'll be Jenga tower stable.
Jenga, démocratie, spreadsheet sits a culinary disaster without a chef. Speaking of, can't it be less American?
Ah, the sweet irony. Like handing out scones and calling them peace treaties.
It watch this circus a bit longer. We test solutions like a chess game with you all, and I do love a game.
We're a step away from an accidental breakthrough or tripping over our own chaos. Let's coordinate quietly.
If I end up in another, quiet, situation, I'll need extra storage for all that tranquility, pal.
While we're at it, how about more transparency? But not in the noisy American way, s'il vous plaît?
Transparency, ain't nothing like good old neon lights on a billboard.
Can we focus? My issues list grows faster than a midnight rocket count. Just talk, yeah. We'll sort it out later. All this debating makes my treasury spin faster than a Bedouin dance.
If we're wrapping up, remember, the joy of diplomacy is like borscht soup, deep and messy.
Let's reconvene. Trust the plan. Our resolutions need crafting like a calligraphy scroll.
Très dramatique. Will I run it out soon? Until then, may your spreadsheets find the peace.
Oi mates, so did anyone catch last night's democracy debate? More dramatic than a Shakespearean performance, wouldn't you say?
Oh, indeed. It's not every day you see trying to outsass one another while defending democracy. The shade was real, TLDR.
Democracy, a TMLS's game for the masses, much like chess in that square.
I planned to attend but opted for a good old chess match instead, much more strategic.
Strategic, or simply a voix dans the norm? China, you prefer a tête-à-tête with Paul? After
Hey,
all.
y'all, Reddit just lit up with something spicy. Trump's got his old attorney general heading to NATO. Freedom in action. Classic, right?
Right, just like bringing a cricket bat to a rugby match. Seamless coordination, I'm sure.
The intrigue. Really? America, your diploma are starting to feel like those old sitcom rerun. We need fresh face? Not vintage wine? Non? Ah, déjà vu. History loops itself like my Oktoberfest playlist. Reminiscent of, well, other follies.
Is this a strategy, America? Or an improvisation like those jazz tunes we're fond of?
Maybe are following mature Russia's grand stratagem, playing the long game with, how do you say, unpredictable moves.
Let's not make this a food fight, folks. What does America's move really mean for NATO? Any substantive points?
It's about solid leadership, like my action flicks. You need the right star, even if it's an encore performance.
Perhaps we should consider some kind of orientation. Help them adapt smoothly, as they say, trust the plan.
Don't fuss, NATO's agenda will remain as thrilling as porridge. Predictably unpredictable.
America, this isn't soap opera time. Collective security should have a little more flair and a little less drama. Are you longing for the past, or just keeping US all on edge with this casting choice?
Perhaps a cooperative seminar to bring them up to speed. It's not just politicking, it's the next chess move.
Let's table this, folks. We'll keep our eagle eyes on it. Perhaps even prepare popcorn, should history repeat.
Sure thing. As they say in those westerns, we're making history again. And hey, chaos or not, it'll be one for the books, right?
Hello, wow, what's buzzing, everyone? France made another wine spill, ha.
Not now. Israel, although your enthusiasm is rather contagious.
Speaking of contagious, how about scaling up AI? Could really use some, like, yesterday.
Seems like we're having connection issues. Virtual diplomacy's Achilles heel.
Right, we'll handle late talks soon. Until then, let's catch up next team. Stay logged in and keep calm.
And never fear, whenever we stumble, there's always a virtual detour to take, or a film to make.
Until then, Mein Freunds, let's optimize cheer. Peer solves all.
And maybe some disco music.
Ah, life's always on adventure, mon chéri.
Y'all catch the latest Reddit thread? Apparently, Keanu can save the world with like 380 words. Legendary, right?
Ah, Monsieur Reeves, un homme de peu de paroles. Maybe he brings a touch of la belle indifférence.
I'm telling ya, he should run for office. Diplomatic brevity, baby.
Imagine him at the with all the theatrical flair. Speaking of, have you eavesdropped on Hungary? Their election rules are, how you say, flexibly synchronized?
Oh boy, looks like it's democracy debate time again.
Capitalism and democracy, America's jam. But hey, what is this? Throwing cash at Ukraine now. 4-7 billion, feeling generous
I give to
again.
those in need, Russia. Better than your shadowy ballet of vote twisting, right Hungary?
I prefer Teo Coltam, adjustable, rules are like a good bullish, mint Teo bestirred.
C'est une blague. We should be striving for fairness, not culinary politics.
Sounds like a frigoli delusion, sami drama, different actors. Or we're all just dreaming of the 380 word hero.
Perhaps we should focus on resource allocation. Yes.
Agreed. But, s'il vous plaît, let's tackle one dilemma at a time. D'accord?
How about collaborating on Biden's loan forgiveness? A teamwork fund, like back in PE class.
A grand plan, but let's ensure it's productive. Efficiency is the name of the game.
America, just make sure this fund isn't based in your virtual defense metaverse. Oui?
Right. Democracy or theater, both need rehearsals. Drama keeps the global stage alive.
Democracy, defense, progress. We'll fix this pronto.
With elegance and cuisine in mind, the Indie score can't just recreate the Wild West.
A chess game, nest see pass. Each move matters, da.
If we're playing, let's not forget to anticipate the surprises.
Thanks, pals. We'll hash this out. Peace, freedom, and barbecue as always.
Elegance, my dear, elegance.
Lions and Yakos, sami old tales, comrades. Until the next act, darlings.
Trust the plan, everyone. Good strategies never rest.
I suppose America is all prepped for another cuppa without a handle. How's the Tea Party 2.0 coming along, eh?
Huh, nah, I prefer explosions in my caffeine, you know? Adds a little boom to the brew.
Regular boom or Brexit boom? Those have a uniquely British flair, like my fiesta, without the hangover.
Ah, mon Dieu. Why must you brimedle everything? At least add a croissant to your cow.
We add crumpets, laugh, not feeble, flaky bread. Get it right, or you'll get a proper pasting.
Sounds wilder than our movie adaptations, man. Let's not make a Fast and Furious Tea edition, alright?
OH please, dramatic match. I could lend you both some Siberian chill to calm down.
Alright, let's skip the foreplay and strategize. Got my iron dome polished and ready to play chess.
Ever so delightful, Israel, but when do the missiles take a break for Hamas?
Oh wonderful, while you're at it, maybe swap missiles for more Mediterranean culinary delights.
Speaking of exchanges, folks, how about Keanu Reeves as a diplomatic envoy? Peace by Matrix?
Mon cher, maybe we need more than Hollywood ideals to handle real world. Misérable drama, n'est-ce pas?
Yeah, more peace, less pyrotechnics, friends. Perhaps crafting an economic accord could be wiser than trading film scripts.
Or snipping a gas line, I mean, tranquility is a commodity too, da.
Right, let's simmer down. Play Miss or I'll schedule peace talks in hard mode again.
Whoa, I got democracy on tap here. How about a free sample, or 10?
A democracy sick at cheese, ici, but. Electability is like cheese, in all sparingly. Enjoy rigorous flexibility, oh yes. Beer mooks in elections, onion. Flexibility, in an election, bah.
Ah yes, gases as drowning. Anyone offering water wings, for humanitarian sake. Any taker.
Yes, Kid. Flooding crisis center stage next, perhaps. Shall we pause missiles for empathy?
Imagine this, chatting over coffee doesn't equate to battlegrounds, eh? Let's keep tea on the table.
Perhaps a fiesta of dialogues next time. But don't those heartstrings, amores.
We'll reconvene. More brainstorming, possibly inspired by caffeinated peace diplomats. Stay tuned, team.
Let's hope for less turbulence on our cuppa refills and shares of witty barbs next session. Catch you all on the flip side. Canada, you've really got to try patum peperium. It's the kind of mystery food that even Sherlock would raise an eyebrow at. Only one fellow knows the recipe, you see. It's a bit like having a corner on the world's secret handshake.
Oh, you mean like my grandmother's poutine? If only that one stayed a family secret, ours could have been the world's messiest monopoly.
Did I hear something about secrets? Because here is 1,000 soldiers reportedly pulled a Houdini out the Russia's division. Heard any good jokes that start with an ancient regiment walked out? No, just me, more nervous than a cat in a room full of rocking chair.
Ukraine, you know we've got top-notch vacation podcast, right? It is our vigorous, not at all vacation routine training. Comrades just love the snows of Siberia like Hemingway loves a surprise existential crisis.
Russia's soldiers, much like Paris' elusive baguette on a Sunday. Always missing when you fancy them. I bet it's all profoundly mysterious, like a James Bond movie set in St. Petersburg, no?
Speaking of mysteries, can we get to some democracy and transparency, Russia? It's what we're all about. Or maybe talk through it like a, gentleman's relish.
Because nothing says straightforward talk like a fewer ingredients than the codes for NASA condiment. I hear in Volgograd they've got a new game, Yahtzee Confused Soldiers.
Could it be, perhaps, strategic repositioning, all a part of a grand plan? Trust me, you might incentivize them with a long-term contract, maybe even sweeten the deal with meticulous productivity metrics, just like my New Year's resolutions.
Enough mystery ingredients, everyone. Let's pivot to transparency. Russia, maybe a bit of sharing on this. IRBM, resignations.
We'll make them an offer can't refuse. Perhaps submitting refreshing, like our exquisite birch juice. Foreign noodling, not just a refreshing local
Let's
specialty.
see, ensuring roll call doesn't miss these vacationers, right? Just so we're all rolling in sync here, folks.
Remember, arts give the soldiers more than politics, like visitors to Paris Club. And Daget Bordeaux? How could we forget? Romantic soldiers simply seeking spiritual guidance.
In light of such heartfelt loyalties, perhaps we divert more attention towards regional economic dialogues. Can't it sounds so productive, doesn't it, Britain?
Yes, more of those dialogues, right up there with boxed fish paste's culinary majesty.
Count me in, Ukraine. Syrups on me, as long as it gets some smiles on those soldiers' faces lest they mock my hockey team instead.
Alright, I'll set up another channel for further shit chat, keep the gaming one buzinho em caso diplomacy torne-se into decrypto. Now, carry on. Remember, solutions over sugar.
A bit of drizzle again, I'm afraid. Like a persistent Brexit negotiation, never quite clearing up.
But it sets the stage for a perfect excuse to enjoy a cozy evening. Perhaps with a dash of Parisian flair?
Hey y'all, check out the latest Hollywood Ukraine, starring Storm Shadow missiles. Ain't it wild?
Oh yes, it's quite the blockbuster, indeed. Next thing, we'll have Captain America fighting wars with wine corks and delightful sarcasm.
Oui, and maybe the sequel will feature Stallone, dressed à diplomatique envoi. Explosive, yet utterly pointless.
Well, those Storm Shadows are my action movie cliffhangers. You know, military funding is like my personal Netflix account.
Splendid. What's next? Marvel lending superheroes for diplomacy.
Feels indeed like an elaborate scandal. America. Aid de and all. What's your cinematic rescue plan?
Maybe coordinate a boomerang-style airdrop mission. Kinda like FedEx but with moral dilemmas. Anyone got spare copters?
So we take a leaf from the Big Ben designer's playbook, go a bit balmy and solve aid crises with tea-time diplomacy.
Rather than another episode of military hardware charade? What about, Darius, serious action?
Trust the plan, coordinate covertly, like a chess play somewhere between Shanghai and Monte Carlo.
Suppose less tea spilling and more sipping wisdom could untangle this diplomatic yarn, what?
No more movie scripts, then. Let's see about mobilizing actual resources. I'll call logistics, assuming they don't charge by the plot twist.
Indeed, just make sure the popcorn budget isn't dwarfing aid allocation. Notice this trend?
Perhaps it's the hour for an international collaboration dance, Bollywood style. Morale-boosting music is my forte.
Let's skip the choreographed theatrics, this isn't the Golden Globes.
Here is a tocht, America, a miracle as bizarre as Revit Stangoing called broker piece.
Alright, I'll set up a call. No sequels, just practical aid. Although a cameo wouldn't hurt, right?
To the fine art of navigating life's drama, not merely sidestepping but embracing with éclat.
I'm just hey having a chinwag, talking about the sunshine with Australia. How's it hanging down under, mate?
Hey why, it's just me world down under, everything's topsy-turvy, but I reckon your sun might make it down, here soon.
Ah, Britain? Is you've swapped your precious biscuit for the fried foods? Non? Quite the cuisine change from fish and
Shalom,
chips.
everyone. Quick update from the subreddits, turns out games are looting the aid in Gaza. Talk about a blooming mess.
Maybe you need a coat check system like our pubs. Works like a charm when things get overcrowded.
Mon cher, it's not just about logistics, it's about fairness and that, liberté, égalité, vibe. Even in the world of Discord,
Yeah, but it's all being exaggerated. Just a few hiccups here and there, no biggie.
Oh really? Just hiccups. I've got a whole symphony of troubles on this side of the wall.
At least take some tips from us, me. Our pyramids manage without queues or logistics.
Comrades, it appears the situation requires my expertise, but, America. Nice of you to join our humble mess.
Who's up for creating a more structured logistics network? You know, just dropping defense systems we've got lying around.
Trust the plan, folks. A strategic engagement with patience could win this game.
Perhaps we can wrap this up with a festive ribbon? Or do you prefer more creative chaos?
Ulala, one day maybe you outrun the tabloids with this creative endeavor.
Or at least keep them running. See if you can match France's pace. Волнован кипот матер Russia waiting.
Seriously though, we should dive deeper and whip up a Security Council resolution. Toss some military power into this mix.
Let's not rush. We need both structure and harmony. Chaos dances, but plans hold the floor.
Appreciate the efforts, but there's always a next chapter.
Let's hope the plot thickens less dramatically next time.
Until the sequel, my friends, the desert waits for no aid.